Good morning, YouTube. We're back out here in the shop. We got a small bumper update on the front bumper, and then I have a requested video for how I did the tailgate and the Cali combo look on the shaved tailgate. So I'm gonna post a video slideshow of that and talk about it. And I'm gonna show you what we've done on the bumper so far. We're almost done, ready for body work. So we left off. This side was pretty much done. Besides, I don't like this overhang, so I'm gonna have to trim it back just a little bit. Camera will focus and get that line up better. Still got to do a little bit of grinding down there. I have a small gap here. I think I'm gonna add a piece, make that all smooth. Show you what I did to the other side, but just to recap, it's a tucked, narrowed bumper. Took a 1.5 inches out of both ends. This piece is out of like a 2012-ish Silverado. And then I went ahead and did this side. Got my gaps looking pretty good. A little bit of body work will tighten up those there. Little low spot here. But overall, this side turned out pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Gives this truck that tucked front end. Something neat, something different. Not too many people do these, and I've never seen one with the Chevy insert right there. But here we are. She's looking good. She's getting there. All right, here's the bed. This is that shaved tailgate Cali combo, but I still have a bumper, so we'll talk about a few things. Full-size taillights, they're just held in by a magnet. I can pop those out if they will come out, but there's just a magnet right here. They've been on there for almost a year, a little over a year, and never had one fall out. This Chevrolet piece is out of a Avalanche. The earlier Avalanches had that. It is fiberglass and it's just bonded to the metal skin. When I built this tailgate, I didn't take any weight out of it besides the mechanisms, the latches, and I welded it straight to it. So it's not perfect. The body line's pretty good on this side. There was a dent in the tailgate over here. I never really fixed. Best part about flat paint is you can't see all the mistakes in the bodywork. But I'm gonna work on that hopefully soon. So it's a raised bed floor. I believe I've got right at 12 inches from the top of the rail to the floor. I radiused all the corners, front and back. It's got a motorcycle gas cap fuel neck. The wheel tubs, those came from Summit for a C10 extra wide tub. The wheel on the truck actually only comes to about here. Have about 3 to 4 inches of room if I ever wanted to go wider, but I would have to narrow the frame. But this is the bed. This is everything I did. I did lay over just a skin over the tailgate so it all matches. These are boat cleats for tie downs, and a couple drain holes in each corner that I've put in there. I actually made these drain holes with a bolt and like the acorn style lug nut, kind of like a dimple die. Didn't have a dimple die. That's what I used. This was my test panel from a couple years ago whenever I tried to see if it would work. And it sure as enough did. It drains all the water out. I've never had standing water in here. But I've got a slideshow of all the progress of pictures over the course of me building this bed, and mainly in my driveway at my other house. I built this entire bed in that driveway and in the garage. Once I'm done with this front bumper, I'm gonna move on to this back bumper, and we're gonna do something special with it. Once I start cutting it up, figuring out exactly how I want it to look, it's gonna get tucked in some, but still look like a functional bumper. One thing I forgot to add is before I welded this section in of the tailgate, I added a 1/2-inch rod from up to where the tailgate would meet the best to the bottom, and I believe across the bottom, and welded that in so that way when your truck tweaks or twists or whatever, I never had to worry about anything cracking. Everything is capped and welded in fully, so it should never tweak, but I've always worried about that, especially down here in the lower section. So that's why I added a metal rod, welded it fully in the inside of the bed to the tailgate, just to keep this thing from flexing, which there's enough metal in this thing. It weighs probably twice as much as it should, but it's not gonna crack or flex.